Hey, how you doing? This is Dr. Ed Gray, dropping the knowledge once again. Well, what time is it? Let me check my watch. Almost 9 o'clock. Time for that coffee break, I'm sure. I know you're at work, chilling doing your thing, but I'm here at Gray Haven doing my thing, about to have me another cup of Java.
Find almost 9 o'clock in your Apple Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station or ask for your music on a different app.
Weird, isn't it? Siri listening in on my conversation, but perhaps she should listen in and figure out why we're doing what we're doing at Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb in Dallas is not going to open at Redbird Mall. Well, I have a Tom Thumb where I live at, Grand Prairie. I could just drive down the street, get a cup of coffee at the Starbucks, and do my thing there. But instead, well, I want to talk about the Tom Thumb in the neighborhood I used to live in. Yeah, that's right, Redbird, the Redbird area. I was there yesterday with my classmates. We buried a dear friend of ours. And after the repast, I decided to drive past the location of the Tom Thumb that they're not going to build. Yeah, right, they're not going to build it. They have a sign that's been standing up there at Redbird Mall for the longest of time saying that Tom Thumb was going to be there. And I said, this is great. This is a great thing, because what's going to happen is this neighborhood is really going to take off. It's going to take off. It's going to remind me of the way it was back when no one thought about Tom Thumb being there, but back when Redbird Mall first opened. I remember spending countless days and hours there, chilling, doing my thing as a 16-year-old. But as a 62-year-old now, it gives me time to reflect on how we're doing things. Environmental justice is about the environment. It's not about whether or not we have birds and bees and whether or not we can save the whales. It's also about where we put shopping centers. Yeah, that's right, shopping centers. Because at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, as it is now, we're all hunter-gatherers. No, we don't go around and hunt for our food, but we definitely gather our food. We gather our food at places called shopping centers. We go down aisle A, B, C, D, whatever, and we pick things off of shelves. But the people at Redbird Mall, the people at that apartment complex that is built at the mall, that the city of Dallas sold us, saying that we are going to rebuild this community. We are going to reinvigorate Redbird. We are going to make it come alive again. Well, they haven't failed us, but society has failed us. It's failed us in one way. It has given us a bill of goods that is no good. Let me break it down to you. Environmental justice is also about the environment, where you place things. It's also about zoning. They zone Redbird Mall to be in an area in which they can go ahead and get middle-class black and white people to go shop at. That was 1975. Things changed in 1975, and now we are almost in 2025, and it's not like it was 50 years ago. No, it's not like it was 50 years ago. It's definitely changed. Now, how has it changed? We're sending a mixed bag and expecting the same results. A mixed bag in which city officials will go ahead and say, we are going to reinvigorate Redbird, but yet they will zone. They will zone in that same area homeless shelters. Yeah, they'll zone homeless shelters, and I have no problem with giving homeless people or people down on their luck a place to live. I have no problem with that. But then to have it close to an area that you are now trying to make it a high-class area, an upper middle-class area, and then close down, or not open. Tom Thumb backed out of the deal. You have to call them and ask them. Next time you had Tom Thumb, I think I'll do that. I'll ask the Tom Thumb in Grand Prairie and ask, why didn't they open up the Tom Thumb in Redbird. But we are sending a mixed message in which we are saying that some people are not worthy of having a place to eat, regardless of whether or not they're homeless, or regardless of whether or not they're on Section 8, or regardless of whether or not they are middle-class people. But the sad part about this is that actually some people really just don't give a damn about it. We live in an era in which everyone is really out for themselves. It's no mystery that Donald Trump got elected president. A lot of people that are black and brown went for the guy in orange because, well, he talks their language. But in talking their language, we have to realize we have to talk the same language in order to make things work for us. And what I'm saying by that is not being like Donald Trump, but being aggressive to the point of realizing and calling things out the way they are. That's the reason why I'm calling it out now. I'm calling it out because not once have I seen any elected official say to Tom Thumb, man, what did you do? We gave you a tax break to move there, and then you don't move there anyway. And now I have to send it back to my people and say they're not going to eat. Yeah, that's the bad part about it. Tom Thumb is not coming to Redbird, but elected officials are now going to try to get someone else to come there. And then we're doing it to ourselves as well because we have our leaders ourselves. And I'm calling not people out, but I'm telling the way it is. I'm not mudslinging, I'm fact slinging. And calling this out, we have some people say the neighborhoods went down. What do you mean the neighborhoods went down? The neighborhood didn't go down. The neighborhood never got to a position where it was up in order for it to go down. Because I just said earlier that the city had sent a mixed message and expected a result that they knew they weren't going to get. And I'm telling you, and I'm showing you here, when you have homeless shelters or apartments and hotels that cater to people that are one step away, one meal away from being on the streets or underneath one of those fancy bridges we just built on I-20. The ones that you have to dodge people when you're exiting off of Cockrell Hill. Yeah, that one. That's within walking distance of where I'm talking about. In order for us to reinvigorate Redbird Mall, we have to address all of the inequities that we have zoned to be around Redbird. And we must hold accountable the people who back out of deals, who ask for tax breaks, that we will give them somewhere else in Dallas County or Collin County or Tarrant County. And we have to not be scared to do it. Coffee. I gotta lay off this stuff. It always gets me fired up for some reason.